"Aren't you?" he demanded. She was shell-shocked. She hadn't seen Lawrence for years, and hadn't much liked him then. Had Desmond told him she would cook for a chalet full of people without even asking her first, and assured him that she was not attractive enough to lure away any passing zillionaires? It was years since she'd done the cordon bleu course, and it was only a foundation one, which in no way qualified her as a chef. She tried to explain this to Desmond, but he stopped her mid-flow, his voice calm, as if he was soothing a wild animal. "My dear, I've no doubt you've been through a terrible time with your no-good husband, but you need to keep your wits about you, not waste away picking over every painful detail. Lawrence is frantic. He needs a chef at Jacaranda from now until early January. And you've just said you're free and you can cook. He'll send you the fare, and you'll have a wage, board and lodging, and even time to ski. Surely you'll jump at the chance." He sounded peevish. "You've sprung this on me, Desmond. Let me think about it." She was stung by his remark about wasting life while she agonised over Harvey's departure. It was true that she had lost much of her confidence over her divorce, and no longer having the twins at home, and so making the two main points to her life, being a wife and mother, redundant almost simultaneously. "But what are you doing for Christmas, Eloise? You sound as if you haven't got anything planned," Desmond went on. "I'm not sure. Just moved house and—" She was not going to say curl up with box sets and books and eat chocolate, which suddenly seemed very tempting, hiding away to nurse her wounds. "There you are then, problem solved. I'll tell Lawrence to bring you at once. Jacaranda's a lovely chalet. Of course you know, having stayed there with me and dear Maddie and your parents. And didn't you all come one Christmas when you and Joanna were children? Oh, what good times they were. I wish I wasn't so old and infirm and could ski those slopes again." He sounded wistful. He went on, "You'll love it, you know you will, all those stunning mountains and powdery snow." "Oh, Desmond, it's just that—" But he cut her off once more. "You can do it, Eloise, I know you can. Goodbye, my dear, and thank you." He rang off, leaving her reeling. She couldn't possibly cook for a chalet full of rich, discerning guests, no doubt plagued with food fads. She must contact Lawrence at once and tell him that his father was mistaken. But she didn't know his number, unless by some fluke she could find it from the time she'd stayed there years ago. She remembered the one Christmas she'd spent there as a child, with her family when she was about 10, a truly white Christmas with lashings of snow, and she and Joanna making snowmen that lasted the whole time they were there. They'd given them names, and been quite sad to leave them behind when they went home. She'd loved it. It was a truly wonderful place, but she hadn't had to cook for difficult millionaires, used to the very best. And yet it would be something different to focus on. Hadn't she promised herself that after the divorce, when she was an independent woman again, she'd take on new challenges? Change the rhythm of her life so she wouldn't feel so bereft. This last year had passed in a mist of pain and confusion, with Harvey, who she admitted had been making for the exit for some time, finally leaving her, escaping the confines of marriage to find himself, as he put it, lured away by a large-breasted sex toy, as she thought her. Then, almost harder to bear, her beloved twins, Kit and Lizzie, set off on their gap year to the other side of the world. Relieved, she couldn't help thinking, but not blaming them, to escape their parents' explosive breakup. It had been a strange sort of marriage, she admitted now, watching yet more boxes being trundled across to number 27. However many people were they going to entertain? Certainly more than her, if she stayed home alone as she'd planned. Against all the odds, their marriage had lasted just over 20 years, though early on, when the twins were babies, to keep her sanity, Eloise had forced herself to turn a blind eye, or rather not delve too deeply into what Harvey got up to when he went away on his business trips. He worked in the travel industry, which mostly involved beaches and the occasional ski resort, and these, with their skimpy clothing at one and ski